She's your queen to be.
So you said that your mother got you a Gucci watch for your...
So when I got a new job,
okay, as a gift,
congratulations, she got me a Gucci watch.
All right, and you said ever since the situation with the whole blackface sweater, I was gonna ask you, have you worn it?
No.
Okay, so I don't.
But
go ahead.
But I have not worn it, but that's because I just haven't had the opportunity to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will I go out and purchase things on my own? No. But also, I just feel like it was a gift.
No, I hear
and
you.
An expensive gift.
You know, I get it.
Pawn that shit.
No, I get it.
I can't do that.
I hear you. You know why? Similar situation. So for Christmas, I got Denise a Gucci bag, like a big tote. So and that's cool. You know, like I know she wanted it. It's Christmas. You know, she just got a new job. She's great at everything. She's a great wife, great mom. So I was like, okay, let me get her a bag. Let me get her something nice. She wants it. I'll get it for her. So but then you know, that's cool. And then the situation happens, and I'm just like, oh.
Right.
So I'm just like, in my head, I told her, I had an open conversation. I was like, you know, I feel some type of way. I was like, I know I spent this money. Like, should we sell it? Because, like, and then I go get you something else. I upgrade the bag and get you something else.
Oh, you better.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas got money.
No, it's just like, that's just how it feels. It's like, because like, I do feel some type of way about the situation. Like, and I do feel something like, boycott 3 months for what?
Right. Just boycott the shit.
Just like, do we want to wear their products so bad that we're begging them to do something so we can have an excuse to wear it again?
And you posted about that.
Did.
And the thing about it is, we're doing it wrong because there's so many black designers.
My thing is this: we have all
Wait. Before we dive in, we didn't say hi. We didn't introduce Kenny.
We're just talking.
Is that good, right? Is that good, right?
You're doing good.
I'm not giving him that. We're that good.
No.
It's because of us.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
It's your black girl magic.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
That brought
all
out.
I am is spice in the sauce. That's
And
it. That's it. I'm just
Flick of the
seasoning.
wrist.
That's
Yes.
it. That's
And
all.
that our black girl magic brought out your black boy joy.
I came from a vagina, so I cannot be what I am if it wasn't for you guys.
Exactly.
So, there you go.
So, Kenny, we have a very, very special guest, very near and dear to me and
A
Pep.
very good friend.
Very good friend over a decade.
You know how food
That's
is.
wild.
You know me. No new friends. I don't know anybody under 10 years. I really don't.
We're gonna have to start off with how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's our first guest. Yay! And he brought us wine.
He sure did. We like Riesling. We like it a lot.
Honestly, okay. So many people be like, "Oh, can I be a guest?" The standard is set. The bar is high. Bring us wine. We have no.
It's so funny.
And come dressed nicely.
Yes.
Because Kenny looks
and
really nice.
smelling great.
Yes. And with your hair laid.
Yep.
Like
laid to the gods.
since I'm your first masculine input, I felt like I need to represent us in a way.
And I appreciate that, Kenny.
And let me ask you, why did you feel that way?
I can't even give an answer. I just felt like I'm always a representative of my family heritage, of my mother, my dad, of a black man society, a Haitian man. I'm just a representative of all those things. So I feel like whenever I come out and amongst people that I have to, my parents would tell me like, my father used to say, I'd rather you be overdressed than underdressed. I was a guy that would be in shoes and church pants when everybody's in jeans sneakers. And I'd just be like, this guy, dog. Like, or he would make me tuck in my T-shirts. That's what my dad used to do. Like,
But now that's the thing.
Yeah, it is. It comes back full circle. But in a sense, he just taught me this like whole like wherever you go, you must look the part. You understand? Like look the part so people respect you.
My father said the same thing.
Africans be dressing their
Yes,
asses
they
off.
love to. We call it
Y'all
bluffing.
do. I ain't gonna lie.
Some bluff. And my father,
What I think that's
he always told me, he was like, nobody should ever look at you and be able to see that you're suffering.
you know what that is I want to say that's an African thing. Of black people are African, so that isn't. I wouldn't say that because like even when black people were slaves, like the one thing they could do was like turn their garments into something beautiful.
Yes. While singing to get through the day, and then turn around and take the scraps and make a bomb ass.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think we definitely still care, and maybe that kind of stems with the whole Gucci argument.
That's what it is.
Because it's like, oh, we want to look the part, but we're like not really living the part.
So my biggest thing is that we have all these black and brown celebrities who are multimillionaires. They have their Midas touch. All they have to do is touch a designer.
That's it.
And they're popping.
Yeah, it's true.
And then that's my problem with everybody, like with the whole Prada and what they were doing and the Lynch thing with Burberry. It's like, yo, why are we telling them to say sorry? This is not, to me personally.
It's not.
It's not new, and like to me, it's not. Please don't give us the excuse saying that, this is because they don't have diversity on the staff. No, they know what they're doing.
They do.
They know exactly what they're doing. This is a social experiment.
Yes.
Let's see, it's a marketing and it's a social experiment. Let's see how many people we could get mad because everybody's going to talk about this.
I absolutely believe that. Look at H&M. They did the same thing. I'm like, so y'all didn't see the backlash from putting a black child and putting a coolest monkey in the jungle? You didn't see the backlash from all of that? They knew. It's almost like, and I didn't even think about it in retrospect of how you put it, of they are subliminally telling us not to wear their shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it like that. I just thought of it as a marketing scheme.
I'm looking at it as Hunger Games. Like, I feel like everybody is trying to solidify what group that they want to be in or who they want for them, and that's it.
Yeah.
They want their white consumers, they want their
I
European,
didn't even think about it like that.
They want that, and that's fine because I will step right over here and be with my people. The Negro does need separate schools. We need to be separated.
All right, so you know what's interesting you said about that? I forgot what I was listening to, but they were stating that during the time of segregation, it was actually almost a plus for black people because we depended on black people. The black dollars, the black dollars stayed in the back. Yeah, exactly. And then there was black hospitals, black schools, black teachers, black doctors. Everything was black.
Yeah.
And the minute we integrated, not become part of, but this is integrated.
Integrated.
Yeah.
Yep.
The minute we integrated, it was like we start relying on each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
because I think people attach their value with like the integration, like, okay, now I'm in white spaces, like I can do this, I can move freely a bit, but I'm not realizing that they probably Uncle Tom their way into a situation or some other shit.
You know who's a great person to listen talk about that? Killer Mike.
Oh yes, I love Killer Mike.
That show on Netflix is so funny.
Yo, shout out to Killer Mike. Trigger warning by Killer Mike. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. We've been talking a lot, so let's do this. So, we have a very good friend on the show.
Yes.
I am going to say, introduce yourself. We'll talk about how we met. Okay. And then we'll talk about why you're here.
All right. My name is Kenny Dubisson.
Oh, hold on. It's shut down?
No, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Okay. My name is Kenny Dubisson. People refer me to as either people who know me for a long time might call me K, might call me K Special. As of late, I go by Mr. Dubisson. And I think it's kind of cool that's my social media name because then when people don't really know my name, but they say that, it's almost like, yeah, Mr. Dubisson.
Yo, that's me too.
So like, it's kind of cool, right?
Like, you're Miss Fufu? And I'm like, that's weird.
But you kind of like the fact they call you Miss Fufu.
Yeah, low-key.
Low-key, there's like some like...
She's mad childish, you see her?
Low-key. I'm like,
so like, and on reality, the reason why I like the word, the name Mr. Dubisson is because like, a part of me is still rebellious to my dad, even though I love him so. It's like, I'm going to take your name and I'm going to make it better than you.
You know what's funny that you say that, though? I want my daughter to be
a junior. You're so weird.
Okay.
Or the second, and it's literally I see it as like a 2.0. Like you need to be a better version.
I'm in love with that.
No, I don't need you to be a better version of me, but I just want you to be a better version of you. Period.
You know what's
like where
crazy?
you come from.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I mind that. I hate when I don't know why. I don't mind it when men do it, but I hate when women will name their daughter a play on word of their own name that's not really a name.
Well,
like name them call them a junior.
Well, my daughter's name is Kennedy.
I don't mind that because your name is Kenny.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if well, it doesn't even work with Denise because it's Dennis. That doesn't work. But like, say your name was like Jessica, and you name your kid Jessianica. I hate that. Like, where's the creativity?
Jessianica sounds like Tatiana. Like, you just might as well name
That's
her
what I'm
Tatiana.
saying. That was the play on. I hate stuff like that, though. I hate stuff like that. Like, I don't care that, I don't mind the junior, because I think that's kind of cute. Like,
okay, junior for men, And what about
No,
for
for
women?
girls. I think that's
Okay,
cute.
all
I
right.
think it's cute when if a guy would name his daughter a junior.
I'm in love.
I actually think that's cute.
With the transition or the evolution of women having men names, and certain men names are becoming gender neutral.
Yes.
Because I like the fact that if I say, oh, my friend, I don't know, think of what's the name that's like gender neutral now?
Alex.
Jamie.
Okay, Alex or Jamie. Like, you don't know whether that person is a man or a woman.
And I love that too.
And it's great because like it's almost like when I know in my head why I think why certain parents might do that is because like they feel because this world is still a messed up world, like they feel like on paper it gives them a better chance.
Fu talked about that in one of our episodes about her transition and changing her name and all that, and why her parents. I know that's big in Asian cultures as well. Kim, Lucy, Dominican cultures, Hispanic cultures in general. I know that's a big deal, but I don't know. I get that, but I also just feel like for girls in particular, I just like those names that, like for my name, for example, when I put my name on a resume, you don't know what you're getting. Perpetual Anastasia, it's a European name, but you've never heard of it. You don't know if I'm black. You don't know if I'm white.
Yeah.
And so I like the names that, like, just like you like that it erases the sex. I like that it erases like the
Identity.
race.
You don't know nothing.
You can't judge me. Like when you see this resume, you have to take it. You have to look at it because you can't make a biased judgment off of the strength of my name.
I definitely do like girls with masculine names. Like Tia Mari named her kid Cairo, her daughter Cairo.
I love that.
I like that. Yeah.
I love that.
And who's to say like what's masculine and what's feminine?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, Rico, for example, like Mariko, you automatically assume that like the O makes it masculine,
right?
Or the fact that like we chopped off the MAR and just call her Rico all the time. People assume that I'm talking about like a 20-year-old Spanish dude.
Yes.
And
Rico's black as fuck.
Exactly.
And as a woman.
Right.
Shout out to your booty, Rico.
Hey, Rico's butt.
Side note, my mother named me after Kenny Rogers.
I don't even know who that is.
He's a...
She's like...
How? You don't know who Kenny Rogers is?
Who is that?
I wasn't even born in this country.
Oh my God.
Who was it? You guys are still not answering me and just shading me.
White singer.
Yeah, but he sounded like...
So let's be clear. My mother is super religious. I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music.
Well, weren't you... Your family was religious, Kenny.
But he already told you he was a wild child. Like
my mother did listen to like my mother. Okay, so sometimes when I speak English, I have an accent. That's because my mother was speaking English to me when she was learning.
But you were
English.
born in America.
I was born in America.
Okay, that happens a lot.
Yeah, but she listened to everything. Sade, I could name a list of records she was playing, and I would listen to all day because that's how she was also learning English.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I was religious. Yeah, I went to church. I seen some crazy things, and yeah.
So let me ask you this, since you said
it.
that you were, so your parents were both born in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your upbringing, right? Was your dad affectionate? Because this ties into like our Peppa Soup topic about masculinity is so fragile. Kenny's a dad. He has a son.
Okay.
He has two sons.
I have two sons.
and a daughter.
And
I have two daughters.
Yep.
Two,
and
yes, two daughters.
I am
So-
a man of a village.
Big right now. Your oldest daughter, how old
She'll
is she
be
now?
14 on the 25th.
Shit, you got a gun?
That's crazy.
I'm working on my license.
Okay.
Good for you, brother.
Yeah,
I support it.
Yeah. So I guess like your parenting style is like, are you an affectionate dad?
Okay.
Are you
So
with your sons?
my dad.
specifically?
So I realize this as I get older, and as my son starts to get older, and he's expressing himself, that I noticed that my dad never really said "I love you" like that.
But your mom did?
If ever, did my mom say "I love you"? She might have said it in Creole, but
Because
like
we
you know,
talk
it
about
don't.
the whole like affection.
I don't think she said
foreign
it.
Parents.
She never said "I love you." Like the direct words "I love you" did not come out.
Same.
So like my parents, but they showed affection in different ways. You know, like if I
they
wanted
always-
something, they get you something.
They
They cook your
feed you,
favorite food.
Yeah.
Your food is
You
a love
understand?
language.
Yeah.
Like
Food is a love
they
language.
know, and they feed you
Yeah.
your favorite food. They like let you stay up sometimes when you want to watch
Yes,
something. And you
yes.
want to go. Like,
So you felt love, even
I
though
felt
you
love,
weren't
didn't say it.
explicitly told love.
But with my kids now, I tell them I love you all the time,
Right.
every second of the hour. Like they don't even get off the phone without saying I love you to me, and I don't get off the phone without saying I love you to them. Even my son, he's 13, but I love you, Dad. Like, but he doesn't want to say it, but he knows he's still like, I love you, boy.
Yeah.
Do you still kiss your sons?
I make my son kiss me on my cheek.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughter kisses like when they greet, the greet, and the goodbye. You understand?
They still kiss you.
So your sons kiss you.
Good.
So like, well, my oldest son kisses me because like I live in a blended family.
Yeah.
So Cam is my youngest, and Cam is like, it's different.
Yeah.
Because like the culture is different. It's like, it's the same, but it's different. And then they do the same thing I say. They do everything the same, just a different language.
Can you just say who the they is?
Oh, well, my wife is Cape Verdean.
Thank you.
All right. So the culture is the same. I think they speak a different language.
Yeah.
You understand? So like the culture.
Cape Verdeans are Africans, by the way. I'm just reminding you.
We already told y'all.
Okay.
They know. Some of them don't.
Some of them
Thank
don't.
you. That's what we're
Some of them think
reminded.
they're Portuguese.
Yeah.
They're from Bravo.
We're not going to go there.
Let's not go there.
Because that's
All right,
stressful.
It's okay. I love them all.
If
though.
y'all didn't know, right now, we are having our pepper soup because we didn't properly introduce it.
Yeah, no, I said that. I was like going back to like the whole masculinity thing. It ties into our pepper soup topic.
So we'll cut me out.
About but I wanted to know because that kind of ties into like masculinity is so fragile. The fact that like men feel like I saw a tweet the other day that a man basically said that he doesn't give his son affection. He only gives it to his daughters because he doesn't want his son to be gay. That's
Okay,
crazy.
that's-
Homophobia?
Is
That's
real.
homophobia.
So
That's crazy.
I got accepted to BC High, but my dad didn't want to send me there because it was an all-boys school.
Wow. What did he say to you? What was like? Did he say anything, or he just said it's an all-boys school, you're not going?
I'm not sending you to an all-boys school. I went to private school, but he was like, you're not going to that private school.
But you went to a Catholic school, though,
Yeah.
and your parents are Catholic.
Yeah, but then they weren't thinking no priest was touching no boys, man. Dang.
But when
Of
you were
course
in
not.
high school,
would
they
never-
were.
They wouldn't think
They
that
weren't touching
though.
me.
They weren't touching you. We know that.
So I think that's the line
said
right
they
there.
weren't touching
They
you.
weren't touching my son, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
But that's what I mean. Like, so are you affectionate with your sons?
I'm affectionate to my son to the point he'd be like, get off me. And then like, I'm also like strict with him too, but there's moments when when I want to be mad and I realize that sometimes I'll just hug him, like, you love me, kiss me, kiss me,
could
kiss
totally
me.
see
But you're definitely softer on your daughters.
I love my daughters. I'm soft on them, yes. My eldest right now, I'm on the borderline of soft and directive. Like, I don't want you to fall in these traps of your peers because it's going to be messy at this time at 13, 14. Friends change every 2 weeks.
Right.
It's the worst part of your life.
It's like, so I'm trying to like direct her of how to avoid drama. You don't want to be caught in that sauce. It's
right.
bad. Girls are catty. Like at that age, it's like, and then all I can say is, I'm going to let you know I'm the person that will say, I told you so.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
real. I
Yeah.
love that.
I will too.
That's so dope that you tell her that.
I am that person.
She's very much that
So
person.
I'm that person. And I tell her that. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's okay. No, I'm going to say, I told you if you keep doing this, and that, this is exactly what's going to happen. If it happens, I'm going to say, I
feel
told
like
you so.
that is a foreign ass parent trait because
Oh, it's definitely.
I was about to say a Creole phrase for this.
because
Go
my
ahead. We're just picking tree on here all the time.
Wap con George.
Wap con
oh, you know George? I don't know who
Sure.
George is.
George
I
is
have-
Karma's brother.
I have so many Haitian friends that like their parents would be like Wap con George. I'm like, who was
Yeah,
George?
it's Karma's brother.
Yep.
Older
Oh,
brother.
is it?
Wap
I'm
con
like,
George.
I always wondered who was George. But I remember my father was telling a story about how he like went out and like fell and like got a cut and his mom beat him because she was like, I told you not to go outside.
And you should get beat for that.
You see what I'm saying? It's always I told you so. So I feel like that is very foreign parent of you.
Yeah,
Kenny.
'cause
To be like, I told you so. I'm not
think-
gonna coddle you and be like, I told you so.
I think the relationship goes, especially when you're like, I'm a first generation. So like, I think what they're trying to teach you is like, yo, listen to me.
Yeah.
They are, but I push back against that. And I'm going to get to what you even said about your daughter.
They'd rather you not have a life.
They'd rather you not have a life. But the thing about it is, like, sure, I get that they have their own experience, but let's be clear. We are human. Like, At our core, we need to experience things for
can't
ourselves,
protect you from
for our human development, starting from children. So even
they don't get that though.
And so even you telling your daughter, like if she gets into some shit, I told you so. Like there's only so much that you can be like, I told you so, because she also needs to experience it.
Right.
So there's no need for you to tell her, I told you so.
Absolutely correct.
She got to make her own mistakes.
But being a dad, I understand my parents now.
Right.
Like,
but you also
I
can't
go back and I say, God damn, I wish I listened to that.
I was going to say,
do you let your kids have sleepovers?
Hell, with cousins?
Yes.
That's
it. Your cousins are your friends.
Count as a sleepover?
That's either, okay, and since I'm like extended of the first generation, if I have friends that I've known plus 10 years or longer,
like
they
demo?
have kids, those, I consider that family.
Yes,
okay.
You understand? I don't consider that a friend, but that friend stuff, nah.
Yeah.
No.
I feel the same way, even though I hated it as a kid.
I get
it. I didn't understand it
yes.
as a kid, but now I do.
So
I get it.
Let me ask you this, because as a child, I think that was my biggest frustration, and that's why I rebelled. My mom would always tell me no, but never tell me why.
Okay. I am guilty.
You
I
don't
do that
tell
now.
them why.
I'll be like, yo, just listen to me.
No.
And then
fuck out of here.
Okay, listen. I get it. Listen, I'm evolving.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I get it. At first, that's what it was. I feel like when you're a certain age, though, when you're like 8,
I don't
7,
explain myself to children.
I don't explain myself to children.
Yes.
But right now, at 13, 14, their brains start to develop their own identity.
Yes.
I'm trying to explain to them, even though they're not really listening, but I'm trying to really give enough information so that my voice is in the back of their head.
Yeah.
So if that certain scenario comes into pursuit, they'll be like, they like start second guessing.
Yeah.
Because now they start saying, damn, my dad told me something like this is gonna happen. Should I just continue? Or at least I give you that, where you have tools to arm yourself in a situation. That's all I'm trying to give you, is tools to arm yourself.
But you're telling them why.
Yeah,
I feel
at this
if you
age,
give them the tools, it's like, what am I supposed to do with them?
they're not gonna do nothing with it. They're gonna do exactly what I've been doing all my life. I'm a better version of you. I got this. Your old ways of doing it don't exist no more. When in all reality, all it is the same foundation, just a different clothing, different more. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So like, but we don't. It sucks because we don't understand the word looking forward. We only can understand it looking backwards, but we live forwards. You
but you also have to. But even with that, in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you're coming from.
Yes, but once again, when you're 13, 14, 15, 16, you think you are invincible.
Oh, absolutely. Well, not even from that age up until your mid-20s.
For sure.
Like,
you think you're invincible.
So in regards of like, you know, the whole sleepover thing, because I know, especially in like African households, boys were treated differently than girls.
So let's get
into
that.
Is the rule across the board, like your sons can't have sleepovers, your daughters can't have sleepovers? Neither.
No. So like the reason why is because you're trying to control their environment as much as you can, but still allow them to grow. So my thing is that I don't know what his friends are learning in his house.
Amen.
So I'm not bringing that in my house.
So do you? But
I can't. You gotta think about it this way. Your kid is away from you for about 12 hours a day.
Right. Absolutely.
You understand? So I don't know what all the bad things I've learned from my friends. I'm not gonna kid you not.
Right.
When the black box was out, I had the black box, and it was nothing. I was watching Cartoon Network, and there's never been, oh, yo, you watch 23B? What? What's that? 24B? Bro, what's that? What?
Porn?
And then porn. I'm like, I was so naive to that.
Real sex?
Yeah. No, Spice was fake sex.
What?
Spice was fake sex. 23.
Spice?
It was like they just acted.
Oh, real sex, I feel like was like softcore porn.
Oh, on MTV.
Was it MTV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was that.
Late night. Or like BET Uncut.
Yeah. So like, I didn't know these things. It's because of friends. Like,
Yeah.
It's because like I don't know what's going on in their house. So right, and they come take whatever's going on in their house or whatever they've been exposed to. They might have older siblings that are doing crazy things and tell them, and then bring it back to you. So I can't control what you do at school or out in the street, but I know whatever goes on in this household, I'm gonna control it, whether you like it or not.
So my other question with the whole like, you know, separating boys and girls, because it's like the whole masculinity so fragile issue on like boys will be boys and like
I want to talk about sex.
Girls are like fast asses.
Yep.
So here's my thing.
Go ahead.
A lot, and I feel like a lot of men feel this way, is that if you are 11, 12, 13, and an older woman comes into your life and seduces you and basically molests you. That's what it really is.
It's not basically molest you. A woman has molested you.
Yes, a woman has molested you, but in your mind, you're thinking,
I'm a man.
I'm a man. This is lit.
She just put it on me.
This is every 13-year-old boy's dream.
It is crazy.
Kenny,
no. I'm not. You got. I'm giving my man input. So listen to this. We don't know any better. And then a lot of times we're looking at the older guys that we quote unquote like our role models. They got these beautiful girls. They're talking about all this crazy stuff, right? So we're thinking in order to be like them, if an older woman who's like a few years older than me or whatever decides to say, "Oh, you just want to give me some cookie," in my head, even though I might feel some type of like, I don't know if I should be doing this, but I guess I'm supposed to be doing this because this is what boys do or men do. You're gonna do it, and then like. It's just society has brainwashed us in a very messed up way. I'm not saying that it's right. So remember that. I'm just saying that it's what's being fed to us.
Would you feel away if your sons came and told you that
an
older woman, or would you congratulate them?
No, I'm not congratulating nothing.
Okay. Because a lot of
men
would.
Really upset too, and I believe
a lot of men would.
Yeah, a lot of men would.
I'm not, because like, I'm not just because I know borderline like that stuff, and it's like it's not cool. It's like when you think about it, like it's not cool. I get why a boy would think it's cool, but he doesn't know any better. He
doesn't, but I've witnessed like older men within your age range.
That's what he's been taught. That is a generational thing. That's something that needs to be broken. That's something that needs to stop.
The thing about it is, I have to stop that right there. Because yes, I'm all about generational trauma and unlearning things and all of that good stuff. However, the men that Fu is referring to don't want to unlearn their shit.
Well, then...
And then have the nerve to turn around and be like, oh, so when the whole R. Kelly shit happens, like, oh, so y'all want to sit there and act like you was never in high school getting picked up by older niggas? It's like, okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. We were children.
They don't know any better. You know what's crazy about that? Because I used to be like, I used to have friends that like that would happen to. And I'm like, yo, he's older than you. You know he's smarter than you, right?
Like
she's like, no, he's more mature. I'm like,
no.
Yo, my brain just went off like, you know he's smarter than you. Like, he has tricks I don't even know about that he's getting you on.
And that's disgusting when you, so coming from like, you know, a woman's point of view, when you're 16 or when you're 15 and you have this older guy that's paying attention to you, for whatever reason, you think like, oh, I'm just so mature that he sees how mature I am.
That's exactly what the thought is.
Once you come into age and you realize that this 20-something-year-old was talking to you at 15, you're disgusted with him at the fact that you would prey on me at the age of 15 and 16 when you're 20-something. That's disgusting. What do we have in common?
I'm going to tell you right now, some older guy, if my daughter come and say, yo, this is my boyfriend, and oh, dad, don't get mad, he's older, you're going to get a rape charge. Something's happening. You're getting charged. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and yo.
So you know what? But culturally.
But you're not going to blame your daughter
or
I'm
blaming him.
Or call her being fast,
I'm laying
quote unquote.
the hammer down on him so hard. Like, no, bro, what do you think this is?
But for whatever reason, even men with daughters can't seem to see this. It's like you have a daughter, but you're looking at other girls as though they're fast when it could easily be your daughter that's being preyed upon by older men. Are you going to blame her? Are you going to call her fast? No.
No. And if
so why would you call someone else that?
You can't call them fast. And then and also, wait, let's play double advocate. If your daughter is showing signs of being...
sexually active.
Yeah, sexual interested and stuff like that. Then as a parent, you need to like really get on top of that.
Yeah,
right.
You should.
But so I had said it before. I want to talk about sex. So with that being said, have you had the sex talk with your daughter?
I've been talking about sex with them since they were like 11, my G.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Because I didn't have that.
And you talk about sex with your daughter, right?
I tell her all the time that you have the power. It's your body. Don't rely on another guy to protect your body.
Yeah, it's true. Amen. I didn't have that sex talks with my parents.
Do you know, my mother just said, because when I was growing up, how I had the sex talk, I was 5 years old. I would come from kindergarten. My mom would sit me on the couch and we would walk Ricky Lake and Maury, all the fast ass girls, quote unquote. And she would be like, do not get pregnant. And do not be like them because you are not allowed to come on my doorstep.
Yo, you know literally, my sex talk was after I had already had sex. Like, they did.
You know what?
I didn't, and it wasn't even a real sex talk. It was, if you come home pregnant in this house, I will kill you and kill myself.
Yes.
Yo, that was my sex talk.
I'm not
I never dealt with boys. I was terrified. The fear worked.
We might need to evolve that a bit.
The fear worked.
We might need to evolve that a bit, but I'm okay with that. The reason why is, you know, because these kids have more information. That's why we need to evolve with the information.
Too much information.
So, all right. So my thing is, I tell my daughter and I tell my son, and I tell them that too. And I tell, especially my daughter, and I tell them, I have these conversations with them at the same time and when I'm by myself. So I tell my daughter that this is her body. Mm-hmm. This is your temple. There's too many ways to protect yourself for you to come to me and say that you're pregnant.
Yes.
Before you are ready, before you are like in a place in this world to bring in another life.
Right.
Like I tell her there are condoms, there are birth control, there's not having sex. Don't rely on a guy to protect. Like, no, don't rely on that. It's your body. If you get pregnant, it's because you allowed yourself to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I say that it's her. Yeah, it takes two people to have sex. It takes two people to have a baby, but the power is yours. You own the gun. So if you don't want to be pregnant, make sure you do everything in your power so you don't get pregnant.
Now, let me ask you this, because that's really nice, but when your feelings are involved, certain things are skewed. So I'm going to ask you.
Go ahead.
What would you suggest? How do you think she should tap into her power when she's in, as my mother would call it, LO-zoo? You've
in the moment.
Yeah.
Heat is real.
My mother literally,
you make a lot of bad decisions.
She calls it LO-zoo because it's like a zoo. You go crazy.
You go gaga.
Yeah.
So like, all right, so I tell her like, yo, if you feeling somebody, and you know you're feeling somebody, because women already know if they're gonna have sex with you the minute they look at you.
Sure do.
Like I tell men all the time, you talk yourself out of sex.
Hell yes.
And so like I be like sometimes,
you niggas be talking yourself out the box.
So like I be telling them all the time, like, yo, they look at you, they know. I'm gonna tell you right now. So this is hot take. It's coming in hot. They know whether or not they're gonna sleep with you unprotected too the minute they look at you.
Absolutely. Yo, I told my partner. I told my partner.
They know, like, I'll risk that. I'll risk it.
I told my partner straight up. I said, if you would have done what you had to do, I would have gotten it popping within the first 3 months.
Hey.
Like, so, like, I tell guys all the time, you guys talk yourself out the situation. Like, whether it be your ego, whether you just said something dumb.
It's usually that.
Yeah. Or you're just not listening. Because I always said, since a young child. Yes. So, you know, I was fat and ugly, right?
You were fat and ugly, Kenny. Stop saying that.
All right, so I was a nerd. I was super fat. I had cute sneakers. I always had J's and Nikes. My mother kept me lit, right? Nautica, Tommy Hilfiger. I was lit. Macy's car was getting charged.
Right? Y'all niggas got money.
Yeah, you had a car. When you were able to drive.
Yeah, when I was able to drive. Yeah. But that's it. When I was younger.
I wore the same purple coat for 10 years.
So I was my mother's.
It's not because Africans were poor, because they don't want to buy those things.
They're
frugal. They want to build their house back in Ghana.
I never grew into it. Yeah. It was so big.
I'm not mad at that though.
Same damn coat.
I bet you it still fits.
I'm sure it does.
What else was I saying? You guys are so silly.
I lost. Fly shit. You were a nerd.
Oh yeah, I was a nerd, but like I had to develop. Like I wasn't an athlete like that, so I had to develop other traits to get the interest of women. So like listening. Like no, it's not good.
This one here's a penny dropper.
It's not a good one. It's the one.
That is. Niggas don't listen.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I used to even my right hand man for like over years. Greg would tell me like.
Shout out, Greg.
Shout out, G. The number one thing that I always did was like, I was always a guy that knew everything because for some reason, my entire life, I've had a way of making people feel comfortable talking to me.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
So like,
but I think that's the Haitian in you because Haitian men are charming as fuck every time.
Yeah, it's true. That's why y'all got multiple families.
They're disgustingly charming, and that's why I'm just like, I excommunicate them all because it's a trap. You're mad smooth. Mm-hmm. And then y'all niggas are like the plague. You're everywhere. You can't avoid
They
a
will
Haitian
ruin
nigga.
your life.
They will ruin your life.
Oh my God.
And honestly, it might be worth it. It might be worth it.
I like that. Say that again. Say that again.
Enter at your own risk.
Yeah, but like that's the one thing I had again because I hang with the jocks because my friends play ball and they do all this stuff, so I'm always with them. But like I had no like traits, so I had to listen. So like with the fact that I listened, women tell you how to sleep with them or how to gain their interest. They are literally screaming in your face. This, just do this. And it's yours.
You better pay attention, Kenny, because
y'all better take notes. Y'all better take notes.
But so like I don't know. So like I always see that, and then What was my train of thought?
But you teaching your daughter
Right.
about, she holds the power.
Yeah.
Not every man will adhere to that. So are you, on the flip side of that, are you teaching your sons about consent?
I'm telling my son, like, if any, I tell him straight like this. If you're in any relationship and your girlfriend come to me and be like, yo, Kason, put his hands on her, I'm whipping your ass. Like, I'm going to whip you like you're not my son.
You're going to fight you like a man.
Yeah, I'm going to whip your ass.
Yes.
Because, like, my thing to tell him is, like, yo, with ladies, with women, we don't say the word females, right? That's like disrespectful.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you.
This is why we had him.
The people's champ, y'all.
This is
Yeah.
why
This
we
is what
had
you call
him.
growth.
Like,
Okay? Because we've known Kenny at his, Kenny's had a glow up.
listen, man, you have to go through some tribulations.
The man that he is today is
He's not the boy who he once was.
who he
like
was
that.
in college.
I
Because
was
we've
wild
known Kenny
boy.
for a while.
But you guess what? But I will give Kenny this, and you've been consistent in all of this.
Yes.
You're reliable. Like, and you've always held me down. Like, you always make sure your people are good. Like, you
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
they're safe and
Yeah.
this, that, and the third. Like, you ride for the people that you ride for.
Yeah.
And so I'll give you credit for that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So honestly, you were like the best role model for your kids, honestly, because it's like if you're teaching your daughter that her body is hers and that she's in control of it, because let's be real, like in the world we're in, we have our government trying to tell us that our bodies aren't ours, that we
You know
don't
what?
have control over it.
I got a hot take on that too, but put a pin in that. We're gonna get to that. I got a very hot take on that.
Okay.
It's controversial, but I don't care. I got a hot take on that.
That's why we're here.
Put a pin on that. We're gonna continue the conversation with role model. I'm not perfect, but I take everything my dad has given me and I'm just trying to evolve it.
Yeah.
Like I understand where he's come from. He's come from a third world country. He didn't have much. He lived on a farm. He had a whole bunch of brothers and sisters. They had to work for where they did. He came here, another country, learned another language, became a nurse.
Right.
He ended up owning 3 homes. He's put me and my siblings through private school. Like,
Private Catholic school at that, right?
Yeah. And for you to do that, if I don't even triple your worth, then I'm not worth being your son.
Yeah.
So like,
But it's just very important that, like, you don't have that mentality of, like, boys will be boys, and I'm not gonna whatever
Right.
my son.
I don't want any man fucking my daughter because that's why I don't want to have daughters.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an angel.
Okay.
It's not like I don't have those thoughts. I do, but what makes me is that I make sure to keep my perspective open.
Okay.
I never like to keep myself in a box because I feel like you do not gain information by shutting other information down. You cannot process things completely or 100% if you shut down other information.
Yeah.
So like I do have those thoughts. I'm like, no, I do have those.
But you're still telling them, like, okay, so now, in light of the whole, like, Jassy Korea situation, like, rest in peace to her. Like, that, I can't even imagine. And, like, I'm good friends with one of her cousins, and I just feel, like, helpless.
And we were all there. That's the part
Yeah.
that's fucking with me is that
I
we
feel very
all were
helpless.
out that night
Y'all were at
when
venue?
she was taken.
Not at venue.
We
We
weren't at
were
venue. We were down the
at
street
the
by the
Wilbur.
W.
Yeah.
And we were all right there. It could have been any
Any
one
of us.
of us.
So, this whole talk of, like, girl code and never leave your friends and this and that, I'm completely with that because I would never. But at the other side of that, we need to teach men to stop these things. Like, stop being predators, stop like not valuing women as people and doing this fuck shit and making us feel like unsafe. Like, we're in an age where women are afraid of men.
And
like,
men know that and they use that
and
to
they
their
use that, and that's
advantage.
crazy. So I
So-
think that with you, Kenny, that's very important that, like, that you're teaching your sons,
So-
like, these are not acceptable.
And before we dig deep into that, I also want to acknowledge that you work in tech. You have been a musician. You know the music industry, and which is also goes into media. And I feel like, I don't know. Do you feel like in any of those industry there was more pressure on you as a man to be like a douchebag?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or
why are you even
like
think
an
my whole-
alpha male.
Yeah,
Right,
the whole
and so-
persona
yeah,
of K Special is just like
yes. Let's unpack that.
It's like I just took a part of me that I know could work in my favor, whereas like I understand women, so I know how to I know how to intrigue them.
So
I'm
you
going to play
exploited
on that. Yeah, I'm going to exploit it. I figured that, if I'll be this guy, Ace, what up, Ace? Ace would be this guy.
I love it. Hey,
And then
shout
like,
out to Ace.
Hey, Ace.
We miss you, Boogie.
Ace Boogie.
so like I would just exploit that because I felt like that's what you like. That's
Why?
what that
Tell
part
me
is.
why.
Because that you
Was it
feel
a game?
not a game, but you feel like that's what the industry kind of like wants, or like you try to feel like you pay your dues. How do I get in? How do I get attention?
Okay.
This works.
Okay.
I'm good at it. I know how to make it creative. I know how to sell sex without it being sex. You understand? I know how to. I know those little nuances. How to like. It's just I knew that.
Do you feel like though you were sacrificing your morals and your values, and not in retrospect at that time, in the moment?
I probably was, but you don't think that way.
Okay.
You think it's just what I'm good at.
Okay.
If I'm an artist, women love me, and I make songs that make women love me more, I'm gonna keep doing it. It pays the bills, it's what you're good at, and you've developed this whole status of like, this is who you are.
Did you attach your value to that?
I didn't attach my value to that, no. I mean, like, but at the same time, I was young and dumb.
Yeah.
So, like, you know.
So do you feel like you didn't always have respect for women in that sense?
I've always had respect, but doesn't mean I didn't do dumb shit. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna full out try to embarrass you on purpose. Once again, I did dumb things as a young boy. Things that when I look back, like, damn, karma is gonna come for my daughters. So that's why I need to like literally like give you ammo, because like she is coming. You understand?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like she is coming and whatnot. And so like, and even for my son, I know like I don't want him. My thing is to make sure, because my dad never talked about his past. You understand what he used to do
They
with
never
girls?
do.
They never do. And that's detrimental.
It is. It's bad. Like
It's
he never.
detrimental.
In my eyes, my dad never did anything. He never drank. He never smoked. He wasn't. I knew he was doing. He had a charm on him.
Right.
Charles
Yeah.
Dubisson had a charm on him.
Right.
So I already figured.
So your shit was in your DNA. That's what you're telling us. Your charm is in your DNA.
No, I just listen to women and I know how to talk.
Nah, your dad gave you that shit.
Maybe did in my teeth. I don't know. But like, I just like, I know that those times when I was younger, I did those things, and when I look back now, it's like yeah, you was a wild boy. That was dumb. And like, but I wouldn't like when I say it's like it contradicts itself when I say that. Like, oh, I wouldn't disrespect you. I'm not gonna come here, let me grab your ass. Let me like, I'm not gonna do nothing crazy like that. But like
A lot of men,
But mad niggas do that.
Yo, so
It's like they feel like entitled to shit. Like
Let me
my
ask you
time,
this.
my body, like.
And I'm familiar with your group of friends, so I know that like I think things. I don't think you have to deal with this in that group, but like, have you ever been in a situation where you've been with your boys or out with someone and they're clearly like making a woman feel uncomfortable?
okay, yes.
Do you
That's
check
good.
your
Do you
friends?
check
Yeah, especially because like sometimes when you drink too much, some guys just get cuckoo. Go.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so you're like, and then like like in their heart they probably wouldn't do that on a reg, but like they're just gone at this point.
You don't always know
You
that.
don't know,
And you never really
But-
know a person.
Yeah, but like you, at least in that moment, is your duty as a friend. At least to me, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna apologize for him. The mess I can. I'm like, listen, what do you need right now so we can make this better?
But that's
and pull
exactly
my
what
guy
I'm
away.
talking about. When people like, oh, girl code, don't leave your friends, da 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 da.
Hold your nigga accountable.
But
I'll hold him accountable.
Yes, hold
Like,
your friends
yo,
accountable.
If my man did something disrespectful to a lady and he gets his ass whipped, I'm like, yo, I'm pull him away. But all right, I'm gonna try to stop the situation. But after this all said and done, I'm like, yo, you deserve that. You was
Amen.
wilding out.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank you for that.
You deserve that.
Because I was gonna say, I know for me, I don't like to be touched. I do not like niggas touching
Yeah,
me.
no.
Don't
Don't
touch me.
Don't
touch
touch me.
So with that being said, I'm not going to dance with you. Don't grab me. I don't want your drink. Like, and the thing about it is, I say it all the time. Like, I'm tired of niggas objectifying me for free. Like,
Yes.
bring something to the table.
It's almost like they.
Because let's be
take-
clear. And I'm not saying like. So for example, we had this Instagram post, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not ashamed of my body whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So I was wearing cargo pants. I love a good cargo pant, and I was wearing a
When you guys were bosses that night
yes,
in the fur.
we went out in the
Yes.
fur. Yeah, that was our fur night. So that night we had done some promo videos for the podcast and all of that good stuff. And Instagram also gave us a promotion because that post in particular was doing so well. They gave us a free promo.
Nice.
So we took the free promo. That particular post got over 1,500 likes. Our followers were at like 247 and our stats were pretty stagnant. And I look at all these things and I literally hit up Fu and I was like, niggas are trash. Because where is, like,
it was
don't
like,
objectify
literally
me for
96% men liking the picture.
The stats are, but like, that's what I'm, like, you can like the picture. You're clearly looking at this. I can only imagine how many niggas have that picture saved on their phone and you couldn't like this shit? Because you're so worried about
follow, or even listen.
And that's
people look at it but weren't liking it.
Right?
No, they were liking it, but
there was no follow.
Not like subscribing.
Out of those 50, if I have 1,500 likes, Kenny, I expect for my stats to go up for podcast listeners. I expect for my followers to go up on our podcast page. Or I even asked Fu. I was like, how many niggas slid into your DMs? Because I don't understand why all these niggas are liking our pictures, but everything else is stagnant.
Okay, wait. So I'm gonna ask a question now. How many of you have seen your friend post a picture of some chocolate guy that you find phenomenal? You double click their picture, they post a tag name. Do you go follow that guy?
No. Yeah, I guess he's right.
No, I missed it.
If one of your friends posts some hot chocolate, you double click that picture, it's your friend, but they also post his name. Do you go to his name and you go follow?
It's different. Our situation is different.
No, they don't know. Wait, stop. They don't know you.
I don't think so,
They don't. They might not
really
be. They're not reading. So they see. They see skin. I'm just letting you know, male. 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 They see skin. Melanin is popping. They double tapping. It is just second nature. They're not gonna read into it. They're not gonna read that you have a podcast. They're not looking at that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go and follow. So
Men are visual creatures.
So
from
that's
what
why
I've heard.
say we learn our colors and sounds before we actually learn how to read and write. Those are the first things that we see colors and we hear sounds. Women communicate first.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why I asked that question. I get what you're saying, but I asked the question.
Right.
When you see your homegirl post some hot chocolate, you double tap that picture, but do you go, after she posts his name, do you go and follow him?
No. And so, I didn't hear the question clearly at first because I was hot. I didn't think about it that way. I was not thinking about that way.
True.
Because especially with me, you also have to understand, I've been off of social media for 5 years. So I am thinking this thing is being, and as I see promotions on Instagram, it's there. Like when I'm scrolling and I see promos, it's right there. So if I am interested in it, I will click it. And then look at whatever it is. And then either I do a lot of bookmarks actually, so I can go back to it.
Bookmarks on Instagram are lit. And they're categorized.
Yes, okay. Their organization is key. So with that being said, and so that is the place that I was coming from when I was thinking that, I was upset. I was like, I don't understand. And the thing about it is when we finally talked about it, I kept that in my body for a week because I was like, these niggas, they're not serious. It's only Monday. I'm going to give them a chance. But by Friday, nothing changed. And I lost my shit because
I actually paused the promo.
Oh, did you? Yeah, Fool runs our social media, by the way.
Because I was like, yo, this is too much. I can't.
But it was stressful.
I'm just saying, but you can weaponize that though.
Tell me how.
I'm just saying, women have all the power. We know this. That's why women are free in the club because men follow women.
Oh, absolutely.
Women have all the power.
So, and I know that. I utilize that too.
Yeah. So when you see that, right?
Right.
When you see men be men, just weaponize it. Take your power and okay, fine.
So can I?
We can't always weaponize it.
And you know what?
Why?
Not even that. Fuck not always weaponizing it because I don't feel.
Let me retract that. Okay. I don't want to use the word weaponize.
No, we don't.
I want to say this. My whole thing is me and how I got to this point in my life is that I've seen every negative situation as an opportunity for me to level up.
Amen. You learned. You took the lesson.
Yeah, I never. That's just me because I've taken so many L's. So many since the age of 17.
They're lessons,
forward.
not losses.
They're not, and I've learned. That's why if you can't learn from it, it's going to be a loss. So and then you might have some repeat offenders, but you're still learning, right? So
that's usually niggas.
Yeah, but you have to you take those situations. You're mad about it. It was cool. You why these guys ain't doing it? Just I figured out a way to turn that and say, oh well, I'm gonna get more of you to look.
Oh, I'm still here, yeah.
And on top of that, I'm gonna make you follow.
Oh, absolutely. And then and it's funny that you say that because we actually made some dope posts after that, and the feedback has been great.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yes, you are absolutely right, but it still doesn't change the way how I felt. That shit,
She was pissed.
No, because deadass, you objectified me for free.
For free. Objectifying you for free.
Do not objectify me for free. Because
Wow.
I'm not going to be, I have made my peace with the
That's
fact
kind
that
of
I've made my peace
like a prostitute mentality.
You don't know.
I don't think it's a prostitute.
Thank you.
I don't
Back
think,
to my hot take.
I don't
from
think
earlier.
it's a
I put the pin
prostitute
in that.
mentality because at the end of the day, men are always going to objectify women. It's not going to stop.
But Pep, in retrospect,
Yeah.
women do also objectify men.
Oh, masculinity is fragile. So hold up.
But
Wait.
they don't really see it as that. But if you look at certain scenarios,
Yeah.
had the roles been reversed, like look at the Bow Wow situation with his
When he got
when he
his
got
ass.
his ass whooped. If
I don't know nothing about that.
So
Oh.
Bow Wow got into a domestic dispute with his girlfriend. He was visibly the only one that was injured, and it was jokes.
It was jokes on jokes
Yeah,
on jokes.
Jokes
so,
on
yeah,
jokes
no,
on jokes.
let's get into that.
Had it been a Rihanna situation,
Which was
when Rihanna's picture
Yeah.
of her bruised face
Yeah.
was shown,
And
it was
fuck Chris Brown,
fuck
he's
Chris
canceled,
Brown,
he's the worst.
whatever.
No more
But
double mint
why
commercials.
Yeah, but why was it? Why is it that the roles were reversed? And the same thing with seeing a
Double
man in a
standards.
sexual
Double
light.
standards.
So,
You
alright.
can objectify a man all
Yeah.
you want, and it's like, oh, he likes it. It's fun.
Yep.
It's whatever. But
Yep.
if the roles were reversed,
It wouldn't
it
be.
would
So-
not be lighthearted.
So I have a thing about double standards.
Okay.
It's not only is it bad, but it's almost a necessity for the growth of human beings. The reason why I say that, if it wasn't for double standards, women wouldn't be as independent as they are now. They wouldn't look and say, well, just because you're a man doesn't mean I can't. Just because men do it doesn't mean I can't do
Absolutely.
it. I could give a whole bunch of examples.
but I'm still not shoveling the driveway.
Yeah,
so
see,
I'm not
but
doing
you know
it.
what they are? Double standards create a balance.
But you know what?
They create a balance. Not all of them are good. I'm just saying it creates a balance.
I think double standards overshadow capability.
Yeah, but those people who get overshadowed are the ones who say, okay, well, I don't like that double standard. I'm going to change it. That's why you have all these wonderful women who triumph on top of men. Because they've seen those double
Can we
standards.
talk about that? Because men don't like that.
I love it. Oh, my God.
Men,
Let's talk about this.
But you are like specifically white men
I'm going to tell you what my dad taught.
despise
they
that,
really don't.
especially about black women.
Let me tell you what my dad taught me and what I'm going to teach my sons and what I'm
And what
teach
you're
my
about to teach
grandson
everybody right
and
now.
is that my father always told me, like, yo, Kenny, when you're looking for a partner, look for somebody who's either at the same level as you or above
higher.
you.
Absolutely.
The reason why is the person who's above you, they're not going to allow you to stay down there. And
Yeah.
if you stay down there, it's because you want to stay down there. They care about you. They want you up here. When Denise found me, I was down here. She was up here. She graduated from college. She's been a nurse. She went straight from college straight to be a nurse. Like, she was her life was going, her trajectory was
It's
very out
true.
there. I was down here. I met her and my life completely flew up to the top. Like, everything, like, she just put things into perspective for me. So, like, I tell, like, if my wife's making more than me, I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. That all it tells me is that I need to match my wife's vibe. I need to get on her level. So that way, if we're both on that same vibe, then we're benefiting off each other.
But then, in reverse, what if Denise's parents had told her the same thing?
That's
And
fine.
you weren't on.
I'm gonna be lit regardless, so I would have met her then. If that's what I wouldn't have met her when I was low.
But in your mind, you think you're low. She has a higher standard. Say Denise's parents told her the exact same thing about her, that she should find someone on the same level as her or higher than her.
I don't think you heard me. I am destined to be lit.
Yes,
So
but you said
I
at
would've-
the
You
time.
embodied that.
Yo,
Yes,
I
I
would
believe- I know you do. I know
would
you
have
do.
found her when I was lit. That's how God works. So,
Okay.
Because God, He would have known that. Oh, her parents taught her this, Kenny. So we can't address.